So Deadpool and Wolverine is about to cross $1 billion. So the prevailing question, especially after the San Diego Comic-Con reveal of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, is the MCU back? Is the MCU gonna be successful again? Well, in short, no. But why? Why is Deadpool and Wolverine not making the MCU successful? Well, that's because the Deadpool and Wolverine is only successful because Ryan Reynolds made it successful. Ryan Reynolds is the sole reason Deadpool and Wolverine is successful, because you can see the passion and love he has for the character in the movie. He loves the character and he knows the core audience. The people running Marvel right now do not know the core audience that goes to see these films. Now, for my female fans or viewers that are watching, I don't mean to offend you, but comic book movies, sci-fi movies, action movies, that kind of demographic is typically male. I'm sorry to say that. If you're offended, I'm sorry. But typically, those people go to those films are typically male. Now, Marvel, MCU, led by Kevin Feige, who people thought is the architect of the MCU. Well, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. That the MCU could have been successful with or without him. What do I mean by that? I mean, the two reasons. Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Jeremy Renner, and I forget who plays Loki, but those characters that those actors played is the reason we went to see those films. That's one of the reasons. The other reason is the writers who were writing MCU films at the time knew their core audience. And they did not betray their core audience just to check a box, or to pander to try and get people who don't see the films, who don't care about seeing the films, just to get the pats on the back. They don't care about trying to appease those people, because those people will never go see those films. Never. I'm sorry, but trying to get likes on YouTube isn't going to bring in dollar signs in the movie theater. And that's what they're doing now. They hire writers that are activists to get likes on social media like TikTok, like that's going to bring money. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't. And nobody's going to see it because your core audience, which is mainly male, they don't like the fact that you're trying to make fun of us. I'm sorry, so we're not going to see your film. Guess what? Your $1 billion movies are supposed to be, you spend huge budget on the movie, and then who's supposed to go see it? The activists? Oh, they're not going to go see it. They don't give a shit about it. You know that. But Kevin Feige doesn't care. He doesn't. And Bob Iger has no balls whatsoever, so he doesn't rein the guy in, and nobody is telling Kevin Feige what to do because he has no one to answer to anymore, because Ike Perlmutter and his people who oversaw him are gone, because he convinced Bob Iger, and this motherfucker believed that shit and got rid of everybody, and that's why Phase 4 Plus is shit. You have outliers like No Way Home, which could have sold itself because of freaking Spider-Man are all in it. So we have all three Spider-Men from the Sony films and the MCU in it, that Tom Holland and everybody else. We have everybody else in it that would have sold the film itself. And then you have James Gunn, Guardian of the Galaxy, that would probably sell itself because he made the film. It probably had little to nothing to do with Kevin Feige, just like this film had little to nothing to do with Kevin Feige, other than he got 2 production credits. He had nothing to do with this movie. He had nothing to do with the production, the writing, or anything. That's why this is such a successful film. It's not because of him. It's because of people like Ryan Reynolds showing the care and love for this movie. Hell, he didn't even want Hugh Jackman back. Hugh Jackman can play Wolverine for as long as he wants, and we would still go for it because he embodies the character. And I'm thankful that we have such a celebration, one final film to encapsulize what was 20th Century Fox Marvel movies, to have it go on a great note instead of, how it did with, what the hell was it called? I think the last film that they produced was the stupid X-Men Dark Phoenix. I think they also had that stupid I can't think of the film because it sucks so bad. But yeah, we needed the Fox movies to go out on a high note, and thankfully it did. And you know what? Robert Downey Jr. being Doom, I know he can play serious. This needs to be a serious. He cannot play Doom as another variant of Tony Stark. That's not going to work. Doom is supposed to be a serious character, and I know he can because he won an Oscar last year. He won an Oscar, so he can obviously act, and I know he can do stuff. So will he be the one bringing the MCU back if this film doesn't set things right? Because I don't think this film will actually set things right, because those activists are still there. Unless they get rid of all the activists and start hiring people who give a shit about and know the core audience, which is male. I'm not saying completely ignore. You see, the funny thing is when you know the core audience, like if you make films for the core audience and understand and pay respect to the core audience, guess what also comes? See, there are Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, action film fans, Marvel film fans, comic book movie fans that are female. Because guess what? If you are respectful to one core audience, typically the other that you're not really aiming for go and enjoy those films because they're well made. I mean, it's not rocket scientists. Make a good damn movie. People will go see it. You don't make a romantic, a chick flick and aim the core audience being male. You don't aim for males in that case, because that's not your core audience. Your core audience is female. So you should cater towards them, and men typically go to see those films, and they might like those films because the women bring, obviously, dates to that film. And then if it's a good romantic comedy, a chick flick, regardless of whether it's a chick flick or not, if it's a well-made film, people will see it and enjoy it. It's not that hard. But Right now, the MCU is all about checking boxes and catering and pandering to all the people who don't go watch the films. Well, guess what? If that's how they're gonna keep going, well, phase 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will all fail, and it'll be as dead as the Lucasfilms right now. Because right now, nobody wants to pay to see Star Wars, which is hilarious because I would never have said that 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Star Wars would print money. Literally money. It just doesn't make sense for how Lucasfilm, Indiana Jones, Willow, all of it sucks. How? And they've made it, and I just don't see Disney with MCU, with Marvel, because like for example, this Captain America movie that's coming out, Brave New World. That movie has been shot multiple times to try and get it right. So in order for that movie to be considered successful, it has to make way more than freaking $1 billion because its budget's overwhelming. That's another thing that's wrong with Disney right now. They freaking balloon their budgets way out of proportion. How in the hell? Kevin Feige, are you kidding me? I mean, a TV show should not have a movie budget, you numbskull. I mean, who in the hell told you make Secret Wars or whatever the hell with a freaking movie budget for a Disney Plus show? Are you kidding me? No. You want everything to be successful? Why are you making Disney shows a requirement to watch your movies now? That's not how it used to be. If I missed a MCU movie, I wasn't penalized or punished, and that's not how it should be. I shouldn't have to watch Ant-Man and Wasp or something because if I don't like the character Ant-Man, if I'm not a fan of that, why do I have to freaking watch it? Movies are freaking $20 to begin with, unless you go to the movie theater, RCC theater in Elizabeth City, and happen to have one that has freaking $5. Unless you have that, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm not spending $20 5 times a year just for you to shit on me for 5 times in a row. I'm sorry. No. And I'm not paying money for Disney Plus just so I understand how in the hell Quantumania and Multiverse of Madness works. If I have to watch WandaVision just to understand your movie, that's totally incorrect. I'm baffled at how stupid this is. Deadpool and Wolverine, you don't need to watch freaking Loki. You don't have to watch Loki at all. I've never watched Loki, and I understand what the TVA is because they told me what TVA is. Man, the MCU had everything. It really did. I mean, it gave us 10 years of good stuff, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy it exists. But after Endgame, they really had a money making thing, and they just pissed it all away. It's sad because they didn't need to bring back Robert Downey Jr. at an act of desperation just to keep us going. They could have kept going by giving us good movies to watch, but they couldn't do it. For whatever reason, they had to completely betray everybody who invested in these characters for 10 years, and they shat on us, and then now they expect us to keep going. I'm sorry, but unless you completely change your ways, that's not going to happen. I mean, this is disappointing because you ruined yourselves. You have nothing to blame but yourselves. I could go on for 15 hours to tell you exactly how to do the movie. You know, how to make phase 5, phase 6, phase 7 work for you. Because, like I said, you make movies for your core audience and you are respectful for us. We will come out in droves and we will bring everyone with us. We'll bring our kids. We'll bring our dates. We'll bring our wives. We'll bring our girlfriends. We'll bring their friends. And they will enjoy it too because we enjoy it. But when you do the exact opposite, we don't come, they don't come, and guess what? They despise it even more than we do because they don't like you doing that more. You had... So annoying. You had everything and you pissed it all away. I don't know whether to be more disappointed at... Because I... Honestly... I can definitely see Deadpool and Wolverine being just like Picard season 3, where they just... You have that one season where it's outlier, and that's it. And that's the end. And this is so exhausting, going 16 minutes on a freaking rant about how MCU has been fucked up since Endgame, and you only have 1 to 3 hits, if you want to call them that, in No Way Home, Guardians 3, and this movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. And if that's all you care about, if that's all you really want, well, congratulations. You got us for 3 times. But please, if you think pandering is going to make us come see more, I'm sorry. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's never going to work. And you'll soon see, as you'll see, begin to see Howard the Duck level of bombs happening. So you have a choice. Either you figure out your shit and make good MCU movies that cater to your core audience, or you don't. It's that simple. Do you want to make money or not?